getting a sweater of his own. Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. Hi, hello. Welcome to me and my best bud here matching sweaters. This is where I'm at in my crochet life right now. Oh, I love it. I literally stayed up later than I wanted to just because I was like, I can't not finish the sweater tonight, you know? Honestly, I like this vibe more than I like this vibe too, which is so funny. I like the simplicity of the colors bleeding into each other. Anyways, I do quite like my sweater though. It is very, very soft. It is giving the illusion of wearing fleece. But I was about to say not as hot, but kind of as hot. It's the weekend, hello. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, welcome to my little corner of the internet. I want to pop in and start this vlog because tomorrow is gonna be a busy day. So, and I don't know when I'm gonna be able to talk to you. So I think at like 1, my friend Sophie and I are going to go get more yarn at Michael's. We're going on a Michael's trip. I also have my friend's birthday tomorrow night. I do believe his birthday was today, but his party's tomorrow. Yeah, so that should be fun. So hanging out with my friends later. But other than that, ain't nothing going on this weekend. Other than that, so tomorrow's a busy day. But once I'm, when I have time, I will try and read things. What am I gonna read? Great question. I have a couple books that you saw in an earlier clip that I would love to read. I would love to get some progress done on Son of a Sailor. I just haven't because there's no audiobook for it yet. I actually need to devote the time in my eyeballs to reading this, which I will do. Don't worry about it. I was also gonna give this a try, which is the sequel to The Name Bearer, which I finished last week. I ended up giving that one like 2.5 stars. I had so many problems with it, but I want to know what happens in the story. So, and I have the second one, so I might as well give it a try at least. But also, this is also a potential. There are so many potentials that I could get to this weekend on my fall TBR and on the TBR that I laid out in my previous vlog, wherein I try and read 33 books before the end of the year, another 33 books before the end of the year to shrink my physical TBR. 33 books specifically off my shelves, I should say, because I own too many. And I counted last weekend, there was 155 books unread on my shelves, which is 33 books more than when I started with this year, at the beginning of the year. I also finally loaded in the last few hauls that I got with like my birthday and all the book buying I've been doing into my Cowpile spreadsheets and put that in, and I've apparently purchased like 118 books this year or something. I've acquired, I guess, because I do include gifts on there. So acquired 118 books and I've spent $1,600, which is less than I thought it was gonna be, because I've been doing a lot of like book outlet and thrifting and like book sales alongside buying like brand new books. And as you know, as I talk about in every fucking video, books in Canada are so expensive. That's a pretty good number for 118 books, having spent $1,600 on it. That tracks. That tracks. Having a few of them be gifted. Anyways, yeah, that's the challenge for the end of the year. Not buying another book outside of the few pre-orders I have already ordered. Earlier this year and last year, I ordered some pre-orders that are coming in. I think there's 4 more this year. I will be getting 4 books, which is apt because last weekend I also did an unhaul, and I think there was 4 books in that stack, and I ended up adding a 5th book to that stack when I was just standing by my bookshelves gazing at it because I was like, I'm not gonna read this. Chuck it into the ether. I also came up with another video idea that I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this year, but it might be a possible for early next year. Another vlog idea where I do that, like this TBR will self-destruct, and also a chapter tag, and also a reading vlog of one book, like all squished into one video of a bunch of books on my shelves that I am like wishy-washy on keeping, whether I still want to read them or not. I have a whole big stack. I ended up just like pulling them off my shelves, writing a sticky note, and then like sticking it to the book and taking a picture of the stack so that I could remember the stack and also the video concept. So I have that in my phone now and I put them all back on my shelves. But yeah, so the reading this weekend is going to be interesting. What am I going to get up to? I don't know. Also bought Disney Dreamlight Valley for like 25 bucks this week because it was on super sale. So happy about that. I've only played it one night because I've been doing other things, like crocheting. Or, oh, yesterday I read a book. That's what I was doing. doing. Yesterday I was reading a book. I ended up finishing an indie book that was absolutely so sweet and so cute. It was Drinks and Sinkholes by S. Usher Evans, which is the first in a series of cozy fantasy mystery novels. And the first book was excellent. It was so good. So very, very happy with that. And another book off my list, off my TBR. We're just shrinking it down. We're shrinking it down. So we started with 155 last week. We unhauled 5 books now. And I have now read 2 books off of that TBR and Morningstar last week, which I don't think I'm counting. But, so bringing that all the way down. No, I did count Morningstar. I think I did. Bringing that all the way back down. So we minus 5 from the unhaul, 150. And then we minus 3 from 150 is 147. So we now have 147 books on the unread TBR. Lots and lots of books to choose from. But I also got another book this week because I got a book box. So I got the actual book that I bought it for is on my shelves over there. It is my favorite book of the year, which is Darkwater Daughter. And when Fox and Wit announced they were doing a special edition of Darkwater Daughter, I just had to get it. So I bought this box back in fucking July. So, and it was the August box and it only shipped at the end of September kind of a thing. Like the way that they do their like agreement payment system picking kind of thing, you're always like a month behind kind of a thing before you get the box. So it finally arrived and I wasn't expecting it because I only got the book. I got the book only box, which I was expecting Darkwater Daughter, the special edition, which I got. The dust jacket is gorgeous. But it also came with this book, The Surviving Sky by Kritika Rao, which is also on my TBR. I actually had this. My hold came through on the library just as I got this, so I canceled that hold at the library. I was intrigued to read this year, which is very, very exciting. I now own it, so add this onto the list. We are back to 148 unread books on the docket. So I don't know if I'm going to read this one quite yet. I do wish to have the audiobook for it, which will be on Scribd on October 9th because Scribd has locked me out again. I read literally one book. I read Fourth Wing and it was like, ha, bitch, you're getting locked out again. And I'm like, fuck me, I guess. Or I read the first book in this series and then Fourth Wing or some shit like that. I don't remember. And I read like those 2 books and it was like, you're done. I want to get some good reading done this weekend, really just have a relaxing time. As you guys know, that's the vibe of my channel. It's a good time. I know this intro is so long, I'm sorry. I've also been working just today on Project Favor or Arrowmount Book 3. I almost just said the title. I'm not telling you guys the title yet. I want to do something fun for the title reveal for this one. I have been thinking and doing lots of cognitive work for this book because I'm coming to realize that this book is going to be a lot more fantastical than the previous 2. It's going to be a lot more fantasy leaning with like a romance plot in it. So like the plot A and B plot are going to be pretty balanced in this, seeing as like the B plot is the romance and the A plot is going to be like the other shit going on. So I am very excited about this. I just keep finding new tidbits about Mary and Zanvi in the back of my brain, which are my 2 leads. I have also asked myself a gazillion questions. Like yesterday, I asked myself the very important question, and I also asked TikTok the very important question. What happens when a shifter, like a werewolf, Zanvi is not a werewolf, but he is a shifter. What happens to their clothes when they shift? The most important question of all, you know? It's very important to know this question for myself because there is a scene right at the beginning of the book that is like the moment shit kicks off, if you will. It's a cozy fantasy book, but like there's a moment that shit kicks off where Zanvi is approaching this moment in his shifted form and becomes human again and to like, you know, do this thing. And I'm like, if my man is naked, that's gonna make the scene so much more awkward, and I don't know if I want awkward. So I was like, I don't know if people just assume that there's like flows, the magical thing, and people on TikTok were being very helpful and very insightful. So what I think I've decided to do is kind of do a little bit more of a classic, like, okay, he knows he's a shifter. He knows he shifts into different, you know, he shifts into a specific animal. And so when he does this, he does it very like strategically because he's done this for many, many years. He was born as it. So he's like got like very practiced and whatever. So he's very strategic about it. So he'll like sneak off into the darkness, remove his like guard clothing very carefully, because if he ruins another fucking uniform, he's gonna lose his shit. And also his commander will lose his shit about him ripping apart his guard clothing, and then he'll shift. But then he will be naked in this scene. And I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to have him grab like a really old gardening jacket or something from the outside of Mary's house in this moment. Like, I was just thinking about things like that, which has opened a can of worms, and it's making me think about all sorts of different things and all sorts of different questions. I've even created a new character in this. I've asked myself, why does Mary even live in Arrowmount? Like, things like that. Questions that I haven't even answered, just like things that I'm thinking about, and it's unlocking a little bit in my brain, you know, all that good stuff. It's coming to the point where I just want to start writing. So my plan for Arrowmount Book 3, which is what this is to plan as much as I can, outline, do all the shit for the rest of September, and then for October and November, draft the first draft of this book. Because if you remember, if you've been around for a while, you remember last year, I drafted a second story in 25 days in June, an entire 60,000 word novel in 25 days. And then I tried to do it again with a little luck in November. I tried to do a 70,000 word novel in 30 days, kind of a thing. Your girl died mentally trying to do that in November of last year because mental health was shitty. I was also adjusting to new meds, all the kind of stuff. Was not a good time. And I told myself back then I'm never going to do a month challenge like that again where I do more than the NaNoWriMo word count because it's just too much for my brain to handle. It's so much. I burn out so quickly. So what I'm going to do, even though I know I can do that, I can do that challenge. I've done it multiple times now. I've written more than 50,000 words in a month. Easy, quote unquote. I can do it. What I'm going to do this year is I'm going to spread that over 2 months instead. Give myself a little leeway and do just be easier on myself. I don't know what word count I'm going to aim for. I think I might just aim for like a finished draft with like no word count to really say. So like reach the midpoint by October 31st and then reach the end point by November 30th, kind of a thing, you know? That's the plan. So things are happening with, I was about to say the fucking name again. Oh no. I'm gonna have to tell you guys that title at some point because woof, it's gonna be fun to keep that under wraps. But I'm very excited to start writing this so that I can see how well the story process is going, how well I can craft it, when I can really, and then like plan the official like deadlines and stuff from there. This is the longest fucking intro of my life. I am so sorry. I'm gonna stop here. I just haven't talked to anyone all day, I guess. But anyways, it's Friday and I'm gonna go to bed. And it's the start of a weekend. I'll catch you tomorrow. Michael's Promised Land. Hello friends, happy Sunday. I didn't talk to you guys at all yesterday. Hello. I'm here. It is like, oh my God, it's like 10 to 2. I haven't eaten anything. I haven't drinking anything. It's a complete and utter Sunday, my friends. What a mess. What a mess. Truly, I'm wearing my new sweater, which is so funny because I blocked it and the collar was sitting so nice. And now because it's a little humid out, it's like curled right up. That's okay. It is so cozy. It feels like fleece. This angle is incredible. I have you propped up on a book, a computer, a book, and leaning up against a mug with pens. And it's still not high enough because I'm too fucking tall. Let me lean over. There we go. Anyways, happy Sunday! Oh my goodness. Yesterday was such a good day. So much fun. I got so much yarn with my friend Sophie and her partner Tamsin. I met them both at the Michael's and we just kind of moseyed around. I feel like they both got a really good insight into what I am like when I'm trying to pick out yarn. When I'm here and when I'm getting yarn, I wander for hours. I could be in that store for hours, like testing every yarn, feeling every yarn with my fingers, like picturing it in my head. And I knew going in, I wanted to get like a chunkier yarn to make a chunky soft sweater. And I don't know if I really succeeded in getting the yarn that would fit that, because none of the yarn really was matching the vibe color-wise. That was like the soft, cozy vibe as well. Because once I worked with this yarn, touching any other yarn made me want to die. Because any other yarn is like plasticky because of the acrylic in it. I think this also has acrylic in it, but it's like mixed with other stuff. I can't remember exactly what the Karen cakes were like, but like this is the Karen cloud cake and it is so soft. I'm in love. But I did end up getting the Lion brand like wool ease one to work up into a thick like knitted dupe sweater, because I don't knit, so hopefully it works. And I've been working with it. It's not nearly as soft as this. It has a little bit of wool in it, and it's got like little black yarnies that shed like crazy. So I'm gonna have to take like a lint roller to it before I even wash it, because my poor washer and dryer are gonna be covered in little yarnies, which is not good. But I think the sweater is going to be great. I think it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a different vibe than I wanted. But I did then go look up, because I saw someone working with the Karen cake that has like a perfect fade of color all the way out to the extremities, if you will. And I really want to make like a hoodie out of that, like a hexagon hoodie sweater out of it, because it's a little fuzzy soft, and I know Karen Cakes makes great yarn, so I might order it from this store eventually that I saw it on. Who's to say? I have to do some thinking, and I did spend a lot of money this month, so like maybe next month. Anyways, today I got a fun delivery. I got an official arc of a little luck in my hands with the full spread attached. So it is the actual high quality cover, because to me, this looked really high quality. The old arc that I had, this looked amazing and awesome. It really does. But when you compare the two, oh my God, it's night and day. Oh, the new one is just so crisp and sharp and clear. Holy shit. It looks so good. And this is the actual like cream paper that I want. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking with the other one, because my second story is cream paper. So yeah, now they match. The papers match. And okay, I wanted to see this. All right, so the spines don't match completely, but they do have the same vibe, which is exactly what I want. Let's see. Focus on the spine of the book, please. Yeah, see? How cute! They got the little lines, and they got the little images, and the titles, and my name. Oh, they're gonna look so good on your guys' shelves. But yes, I got an arc of this baby. And today, I got the email from my proofreader that like the project is done and back in my hands, so I get to look at that today, which is very... Also got in that same package a fun little extra thing that is a microphone windscreen. And yesterday I got a pop filter for my microphone. Why? Well, your girl's gonna be doing a little fun experiment this fall and winter coming up. I'm gonna be trying to make the audiobooks for my books myself. I'm very excited about this because I wanted to do audiobooks for my books. It's been on the docket in my head as a dream. In a perfect world, I would hire someone out to do it who is an actual professional audiobook narrator with like the right voices and stuff, but it is so fucking expensive. So it wasn't ever in the cards really early on, because obviously I've already spent like, I think it was $1,700 for a second story. And as so far, I've made back like 900 of that, which is pretty great. I've almost made back $1,000 in not even the first year that it's been out, which is so exciting to me. But again, if I'm spending thousands and thousands of dollars more, I'm just gonna keep putting myself in the hole, and I don't wanna do that. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna put audiobooks on the side. It's gonna be an eventuality. I'll figure it out. And then I was like, what if I just do it myself? Because I've been wanting to do audiobooks. Like, it's just been one of those things that I'm like, oh, it would be so fun to be able to like voice audiobooks. And what better way to do that than to do my own books, you know? The plan is I have a mic. I don't know if it's a good quality mic. Like, it's a good quality mic for like podcasting and stuff. Like, my friend really recommended it. And it's not like a high-end mic or anything, but I now have like a couple things to go on it, as I like the windscreen, the little muffler windscreen to go atop it, and the pop filter to like eliminate mouth noises.
So I have the things, I have the ability. I just need to actually do it. So the plan is to co-opt my parents' basement where my old, if you guys have been around, you know, my old like walk-in closet that I had when I lived with them in the basement is the only room in that entire house that has no airflow to it. So it's quiet as shit. And my dad put like soundproofing insulation in the ceiling for me because I was living down there. It didn't really work that much, but it was much better than regular insulation for soundproofing. So my idea is to co-opt that room, that basement room, when they're not home, when they're like at the cabin, and like set up my little sound studio and just make an audiobook, you know? I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna try to do voices for some characters so that it's not just all my voice that you're hearing. I think it's gonna be a really cool adventure to do this and to learn more about audiobooking for sure. So that's the plan for the upcoming months. When I'm gonna start doing it and when I'm gonna have the audiobooks out, I don't know. But I will let you know when things are cooking, you know? I'll take you along on the journey as well, because that'll be really fun, I think. And I have the goods now. I have all that I need. So I just need to start. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a really interesting experiment. And I really have wanted to do audiobooks because I love audiobooks, as you guys well know. And I want my books to be as accessible as possible for all kinds of readers. So I want to make an audiobook so that more people can read my book. And I think if I make it myself, that's just pure profit, baby. That's in my head. It's pure profit, baby. Except for the like $12 that I spent on this or whatever I spent on it. I don't know. But yeah. Oh my God, I got the Arkin. I'm so pleased with her. It looks so good. I'm so pleased with it. I'm so happy with it. Anyways, I'm rambling. I need to eat. I need to make a coffee. And I'm gonna go look at my proofreader's comments. Happy Sunday. Oh my God, what a day.
Where you going? Hey, sweet girl. Hey, sweet girl. Hey. Oh my goodness me. I haven't seen you in so long. I haven't seen you in so long.
Hello, friends. It is now a fair bit later. Hello. It is a fair bit later. It's 1:45 a.m. What's new? Hi. Also, can you tell it's humid today? She's a little frizzy today, and it's because it's humid. But I just realized as I was sitting here wrapping up some crocheting, which you can kind of see in the back, I am not enjoying working with this yarn. Like, it works up fine. It's the like Lion brand wool ease. I don't know why I picked something with wool in it, because wool makes me just inherently very itchy. Also, it has these little yarny boys and they're black. So now they're just like, they accumulate on me because of course they catch in my leg hair. Just like, oh, my couch is full of them. I'm gonna have to vacuum after this. It's like, it's gonna be a delightful sweater when it's done, because it's gonna be so fucking hot. I'm gonna just swelter. It's gonna be perfect for those -40 nights that we have. But it's, again, not what I wanted to make. It's not giving. I might, after this, just experiment with the brunette extra fluffy blanket yarn, because I feel like that was the yarn that I was like, maybe this will be the vibe. I don't know. Anyways, I'm enjoying the crocheting because I like having something to crochet, which is always great. But I realized as I was sitting here, that's what I was about to say, I have not updated you on my reading this weekend at all, which is wild. Have I read much? No, not really. I honestly cannot believe we are already, Sunday's done. How are we here? Like, I did have a busy Saturday, but like, weekend's gone and I hate it. I did do two things specifically. I think it was yesterday? Last night, I decided to read some of The Follower of Flowers by Natalia Hernandez. I read about 75 pages in, and I had the same issues that I had with book one. So I just kind of skimmed to the end, and then I DNF'd it. I've DNF'd it, and I'm DNFing the series, which is so unfortunate, but hopefully someone can enjoy it more than I will. Anyway, so that's another one off my TBR. And I picked up this book from the library because it is my friend's book club pick for this month. It is Hurricane Season by Fernanda Melchor, which is a translated work, translated by Sophie Hughes, and essentially it's surrounding this extremely awful Mexican town where someone that is claimed to be a witch dies, and it like sets off a pseudo murder investigation, but like no one's actually looking into her murder. It follows a variety of characters. I think there's 8 chapters in here. Follows a variety of characters. Each one of them is either involved in her murder or knows someone who's involved in her murder. And I fucking hate this book. Every time I'm reading it, this is so little. I should have been able to finish this in like 2 hours. I have not been able to listen to this for more than like 30 minutes at a time. I am just over the halfway mark. I will say the concept was really cool at the beginning. I thought we were going to get a little bit more of like an edgy practical magic at the beginning, because it was kind of set up like this witch has this house and like everyone in the village, like the women go to this witch for help, and all the men hate the witch. And I'm like, valid. And then the daughter like grows up, and she kind of becomes the witch who then is murdered, and that's what this is about. But this book is so full of violence and just the most awful language. Not a single point of view in here has been easy to listen to, because each one of these points of views is just so crass and livid at people. And it is the most disgusting language I have ever heard. Like it's women calling other women bitches just without fail. It's men talking about taking advantage of women. It's like a 13-year-old girl talking about being raped by her stepfather, and like it's very stream of consciousness. And so it's following these people kind of after the event, but also in the past, and it's following what they're thinking about, and it's following their like people in their lives, and it's constantly churning. I'm listening to it on audio because there are no paragraphs. It's like this the whole way through. No paragraphs. It just goes. Like chapter 1 and chapter 2 were the shortest. And since then, chapter 3 and chapter 4 have each been like fucking like 50 pages or some bullshit. Like, I am having such a hard time with this book, and I don't get triggered by many things in books. I think the only time I can actually say something really bothered me was when I was reading Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, because his depictions of anxiety attacks were too accurate. And it sent me into an anxiety spiral. Like, I think that's the only thing that really got me. Like, this, like, I can handle dark, grim, I can handle crass language, I can handle all this kind of stuff, but this is just so much. It is so much, and I hate picking this up. I really hate it. On the back here, some of the comments, I've also read some reviews on Goodreads, and like, this book has over a 4.05 rating. Like, people are calling this a New Mexican classic. Like, it is not a New Mexico, but like a new lowercase n Mexican classic. Like, someone says here, like, it's Melchor wields a sentence like a saber. She never flinches in the bold, precise strokes of hurricane season. In prose as precise and breathtaking as it is unsettling, Melchor has crafted an unprecedented novel about femicide in Mexico and how poverty and extreme power imbalances lead to violence everywhere. Brutal, relentless, full of rage, and incantory simmer of violence, sin, and envy. A thick, salty blood dark drink. Like, it is not an easy read. And I find it so funny. Because my friends, every so often, they will say like, oh, I'm tired of reading about books that are just violence on women. That is literally what this book is. It's just violence on women. When I started it the other day, I popped it in the group chat. I went into Storygraph and I found like the content warnings sheet because it's fucking long. I didn't even highlight all of it. I just got like 2 different screenshots. And I was like, hey guys, warning, because I didn't realize that no one, like, I thought I was the first one to pick this up. I was like, hey guys, fun fact, this shit dark as fuck, good luck. Like, it is one of those things of like, be warned of all this shit going in. Like, it's so much. And my friend, as I was starting it, I'm like, oh my god, there's no paragraphs. Oh my god, it's like stream of consciousness. Like, the sentences are like this long. And my one friend was like, oh, it's like Faulkner. And I'm like, that's so funny because it's compared to Faulkner on the front, but at least this is more comprehensible, which is very true because these sentences actually do make sense, but they hurt to hear. Like, it's not like a physical, like an, oh, ouch, like, oh, that's so painful to hear. No, it like, the words are meant to cut you like a knife. I think that's what this is. But yeah, I sent it in the group chat and my other friend was like, oh yeah, I forgot to say, because she had already finished it. She's like, it was a lot. And my other friend who picked this just wrote, oop, because I guess she didn't realize what this was really going to be about. Because I think because it's pitched as like a witch dies and then it's like the whole town afterwards, like you can kind of, there's so many different ways that you can do that. And I think you can do that in a very like fall witchy way, but this author chose violence instead. I guess is very important and it's very apt because as I was reading a lot of Goodreads reviews on this one, like people were saying that it is so fucking brutal, but it is so like vital to understanding the violence that and like in some places, like it is so viscerally real. And I'm just like, I hate that. I don't want to know that. I don't want to read books like this. I just want to read happy books. So this weekend's reading has been shit. Have I finished a single thing in this vlog? I DNF'd something, and then I got 123 pages into this. No, I guess. I haven't really done anything in this vlog, except for talk to you. This vlog, this weekend feels like it's not done. Like, it feels like I've only had one day of a weekend, and I hate that. I hate that so much. Yeah, because the last book that I finished was on Thursday, which was Drinks and Sinkholes, which, so good. So fun. Definitely recommend that one. That's been the weekend. I feel like I've been crocheting so much, and because this yarn is like has a bunch of little baby yarnies, like I feel like I have it like all coated down my throat and like in my eyes, which is not fun. So I'm gonna go hang out in bed. I think I'm gonna take Son of a Sailor with me, and I'm gonna read a little bit of that, even though it is already fucking 2 a.m. Maybe I won't take Son of a Sailor with me and I'll just scroll through TikTok, or maybe I'll take it with me and then just scroll through TikTok, because that seems to be the key and the case. I also looked at my proofreader's notes today. Surprisingly few, well, not surprisingly few notes, but like she was very thorough, and it was mostly just like highlighting repeated words and things like that, and catching things that I didn't catch at all. And I'm so happy that she did. Definitely was worth it. Will I do an editing next time with the next book? Probably not. I've been thinking about the next book, and because my main character Mary has chronic pain, I want to have a sensitivity reader go over it for chronic pain and for disabled folks. So I think that'll be where my money goes for this next book. That and the cover, as always. It'll be a sensitivity reader and the cover rather than an editor, because I can edit it fine. I just need, now that I know like specific things to look for, like this editor and the previous one has caught, I make a list and I'll just make sure that I go through my draft near the end and to catch them, you know? Anyways, I should go to bed. I'm rambling. I gotta work tomorrow. Ooh, Monday's long day. Long day. At least I get paid this week for piano, which is exciting. We love that paycheck. I haven't had that paycheck all summer. Oh, it's gonna be nice. But anyways, yeah, this is what I've been doing. I've been trying to get through this book club read. I don't even know when we're meeting for book club this month, but not liking it at all. I'm struggling. But we did get at least one other book off the TBR by DNFing it. So who the fuck knows at this point? Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed. Happy Sunday. And I will see you tomorrow for Monday and the end of this vlog. Hello, friends. Happy Monday. I thought I'd pop in before going to work. Very fun. I'm leaving in just a couple of minutes. I wanted to share a fun thing that I did today between working like a mad woman. I'm starting a project of propagating some plants. So I took some clippings of my pothos. I trimmed the girl's long tendrils because she's got some long ass tendrils. And then I also took some of the babies and I popped them in a little cup here, which you can kind of see the babies of the spider plant, which there are more here, but they don't look like they have roots. But I took the ones that look like they have roots and I put them in water. So we're just gonna see if anything happens. Because the last time I tried to do this with spider plant babies, they all died. So, which I know is really hard to do with spider plants because they're like resilient as shit. So who knows? But yeah, that's what I did today besides working. Really nothing else is going on. Off to work. Got my iced coffee, which is just the remnants of today's iced coffee. I do have, it's a new creamer that my parents had that they didn't like. And I was like, well, I'll take it because it's also almond milk based. And it's the Califia Farms pumpkin spice. It smells like a piece of pumpkin pie. So I was like, yeah, I'm taking that. And it's good. It's different than the silk almond pumpkin spice that I've been using.
which is very good. But yeah, I've just been like experimenting with my iced coffees. I got a jug of on sale chocolate milk from like Nutrell's lactose-free one. And that's what I've been having with my coffees. And it is so good. I've been having decaf coffees at night with the chocolate milk in it because it's just like a treat. It's so delicious. But yeah, that's today. Last night after I talked to you, I ended up reading to page 100 of Son of a Sailor, which is fantastic. And I was even lights out by 3 and I read up to chapter 12, which is exciting. So this reads so quickly. I just needed to actually like devote the time to it with no distractions, and I'm loving it. It is definitely a little sad, you know, it's definitely a little chiller. And I was like, is this cozy fantasy or is this just like pirates? And then there's a mermaid and I was like, oh, okay, cozy fantasy, let's go. Let's go with cozy fantasy. Anyways, I should go get in my car and get boogieing for the next 3.5 hours of my life. I'm taking that book with me, I'm taking my computer with me, taking my coffee with me, all the things. Computer because in case one of my kids is an online lesson, book in case one of them doesn't come. I have then a half hour to do whatever I want. So that'll be fun, that'll be lovely. But yes, I will end this vlog when I get home. But yeah, it's Monday. What a lovely day.
Hello, my lovely friends. Welcome to the end of this vlog. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for this long and kind of chatty, random vlog. I barely read anything. DNF'd a book, got 123 pages into another book and 50 more pages into another book, or like 70 more pages into A Son of a Sailor. So what a random weekend. I blabbed your ears off about Arrowmount Book 3 and also A Little Luck and like audiobook plans. I have cut out so much of this vlog so that you don't have to hear me just say nothing. Oh my god, there's a lot of nothing in this vlog. I'm currently editing it. You can probably hear my computer doing a little heckin' dancey dance. It's a little warm. It is officially 12:20 a.m. I got home after 9. I started eating at like 9:45. My evenings on Mondays are a mess, but I'm back. And I'm happy about it. I really wanted to play a little bit more of Disney Dreamlight Valley tonight, so maybe I will before bed, but I need to get this vlog finished and up for you guys so you have it tomorrow, which is very exciting. I'm also going to be in the next couple days here looking at finalizing the edits for A Little Luck and getting the paperback pre-orders lined up because I want to have like beginning of October. That's when pre-orders hit and open so that like October can be pre-order month, and the 19th is released into the world, which will be very exciting. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned on all my socials as always. Let me know down below how you're enjoying your fall so far, since it's officially now fall. It's September 26th, and I believe the first day of fall was the 23rd today. So like this was the first day of fall. Everything is feeling very fall outside. Even on our like slightly warmer days where it like reaches like 21, 22, it's still just like the vibes are very fall. The foliage outside is that brilliant like yellow green, and some like every once in a while there's a little bit of a goldy orange, and I love it so much. Oh god, and like the leaves are all over the roads, and it's like a little slick, and it's moody, wonderful, amazing. It's making me want to rewatch like Gilmore Girls. I don't even have access to Netflix right now because Netflix officially kicked me off my parents' Netflix a couple weeks ago. So maybe I need to pirate it. I don't know. I haven't even like fully watched Gilmore Girls. I just keep like rewatching like the first couple seasons because I don't get very far in my rewatches ever. Anyways, that's a total ramble. This whole video is just a ramble. I apologize, but if you made it to the end, let me know down below how you're doing, how you're enjoying your fall, and if you've read any particularly wonderful fall books so far. I have only really dipped my toe in the realm of fall books and my fall TBR with Drinks and Sinkholes. I think that one was the only one that really gave me those fall vibes. So I'm looking forward to branching out, reading all my bigger fantasies. I need to finally fucking start this Robin Hobb. I've been meaning to for the past like 2 weekends, so I think I'm gonna start this next. I would like to finish Son of a Sailor, of course, and the book club book, which I'm still struggling to get through. Haven't even touched it today, don't want to. It's so much. Anyways, friends, we'll talk more next weekend with another weekend vlog, but for now, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.